We're in Paducah, Texas, and for the most part, everything's been pretty fine. We got a new traveling bike that we're using, and it works pretty well. The only sad part is we sadly lost Marmaduke yesterday. I don't know if he's actually still alive or not, but we were driving with a guy yesterday, and the dogs were put in the back of his truck, and someone's like, "Oh, this is why the dogs shouldn't be untied." Marmaduke and Roxy are always tied up in the bed of a truck. Basically, what had happened was Marmaduke jumped out, and then Roxy jumped out with him about a few seconds later, and I didn't realize Duke had jumped out. But we looked up and we saw Roxy literally just jumping from the truck. And because of that, we ended up turning around, and I didn't realize Marmaduke had jumped yet. But we turned around and we found Roxy, and we look around. I'm like, oh snap! Marmaduke's gone. And the guy behind us said he saw the whole thing. He said he saw Marmaduke jump first, and Duke ended up hitting the top of his head really hard on the pavement and rode down into a ditch. And then Roxy jumped out after him, and when we found Roxy, we didn't find Marmaduke. So we literally, for like 20 minutes or so, we went up and down the highway trying to find him, and we just couldn't find him. And for those who aren't aware of how, like, this part of Texas is, this part of Texas looks like New Mexico, but with, trees and bushes and stuff like that. And so I called his name, kept calling him, Marmaduke, Marmaduke, where are you at? Marmaduke, come here. Never came. And yeah, I don't know where he's at. It pains me that this has happened. I've had the boy for 6 years, but I think either he's out in the field and he's most likely dead from the injuries, or somebody must have Roxy. And it's probably going to remain like that for a while. Now, as for Roxy, she's fine. She just has a couple scratches, and she might have a bruise or two. But other than that, she's fine. But yeah, it sucks. It really does. And I hate to say this. I hate to admit to this part. We were actually planning on letting somebody else have Marmaduke, because he's just gotten to the point where it's just gotten out of control with him. It's last year, when we had Luna, he would pull Luna into traffic, and they almost got hit several times. And then Marmaduke, his aggravation was just getting out of hand. Like, I couldn't even handle him for a while. It was really hard to deal with. And then just a couple weeks ago, when we were east of Claude, the Duke and if I have more than one dog, I always have hello. I always have the dogs tied together, just in case. And I probably won't be doing that anymore in the future, because again, when we were outside of Claude, Marmaduke was pulling Roxy over here 5 times in 2 days, into, because that's where one of the main highways is. So I'm like, dude, I have to go and let somebody else have him. And we've been trying to find somebody. Nobody wanted to take him. And then this thing with him yesterday where he jumped out happened, which was completely not normal. He's never jumped out of a truck before. So, anyways, so I'm probably going to be here. I don't know how long I'm going to be here, because we got offered a job today. And this guy pays really, really good. He's going to pay us $20 an hour. He runs a construction company, and I think he does landscaping too. So he offered us $20 an hour, and he says, whatever we could do to help you get supplies and other stuff you need, just come work for me and I'll handle it. And so once I get done having breakfast here at the cafe, thank you, Mary, by the way, You know, we're gonna go ahead and work for a bit, and he's gonna give us a wagon for the bike so Roxy can be in it. And then I want to do what I want to do is probably put an engine on this thing. One of those two strokes, you know, 49, 50 cc, 35 miles an hour, and just have Roxy in the wagon. That would actually be pretty nice. I won't even have to have a license for this. So, anyways, yeah, I hate to say it, Marmaduke's no longer with us. Um, People have been out there looking. I've been out there looking. We can't find him. You know, so if y'all don't see him in a future video, that's the reason why. I hate to drop this on everybody. It's not the way I wanted it to end, but I mean, you can only do so much, especially out here. Like, it's cold out here during the night, but man, it was 84 degrees yesterday, dude. So, anyways, I'm gonna get off here, and hopefully, man, I can smell breakfast already. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna get off here. I'll see y'all later. Peace.